Hi, I'm HEALYMEANS. Welcome to my channel and welcome to an unboxing video. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? I am doing fine. Today's video is an unboxing. Before we get into the goodies, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. Now, let's get started with this unboxing. The first thing that I want to do is show you what I won from a recent YouTube giveaway. Yay! Shout out to Asia at Yellow Door Urban Homestead. She had a giveaway recently on her channel. I was a winner. Yay! Thank you, Asia. I really appreciate it. And y'all, what did I get? One of my most favorite things in the world? More seeds. No, you can never have enough seeds. You can never have enough seeds. I sow my seeds. I donate my seeds. I share my seeds. I even give away some seeds. I do a lot of community work as far as food security, and part of that is growing your own food. So I help people to start gardens, grow gardens. I support local community gardens in the area and all of that kind of good stuff, y'all. So no, you can never have too many seeds. This is the package that it came in. I think I did a community post or a YouTube short, y'all, and I was looking at the pack when I got it from my post office box, and I was like, man, this kind of thick. This ain't like no 1 or 2 packs of seeds. Yo, look at all of these seeds. Y'all know I want to put this in alphabetical order, but I'm not. But I'm going to show you all of the seed packets that Asia gave to me as part of her YouTube giveaway. Again, Asia is with Yellow Door Urban Homestead. Y'all probably already subscribed to her channel, but if you're not, you need to go ahead and do that and check her out. The first thing I have is some winter spaghetti squash seeds, and this is a company called Purely Organic, y'all, and I'm not familiar with this company, but you know what, I'm not sure if this is a website or a purchase from a local store. I have always wanted to grow spaghetti squash because I actually want to make the spaghettis and like serve them up with some vegetables and maybe a meat sauce or something like that, y'all. I want to do it. Now this says it's approximately 20 seeds, is non-GMO, USDA organic, and open pollinated, and made in the USA. So this is the first pack of seeds. I have some purple top white globe seeds. Thank you very much. I have from Fairy Morse winter squash Waltham butternut. I think I tried to grow these maybe last year, y'all, and they were doing well, and I didn't pay attention, and I let like the time go by, and then y'all, it was on me. Anybody familiar with VeggieTales? Y'all ever seen VeggieTales? It's a little Christian cartoon of vegetables, and I think one of the characters was a butternut squash. I have the Gardener's Delight tomato, and I like little small cherry tomatoes or smaller tomatoes, y'all, because these end up being my snacks when I'm out there in the garden. This is 67 days to harvest, and it is container friendly, and it tells you a 24-inch plus pot, so at least a 24-inch pot. But I like that this is container friendly because I told y'all that I'm really trying to focus on container friendly, dwarf, half, short, confined, contained, because the majority of my gardening is in 5-gallon buckets, 10 to 15-gallon nursery pots, and raised beds. I have some catnip, and this is from Wetzel Seed. And y'all know I have 2 cats. We have brother and sister, and you know what? They already crazy, y'all. I probably don't need to give them no catnip, but you know I probably will. I have anise. Anise can be used to attract pollinators, and it might also serve as a mini trap crop to help keep things away from other stuff that I'm growing. Also, anise seeds are used as herbs and seasoning and stuff like that. I have hot sunset peppers, and I like a little spicy pepper, y'all. The China rose radish, and y'all, didn't I say just recently that I'm trying to get more into root vegetables and eating more root vegetables? It says China rose is the oldest heirloom radish around. They have a crisp, tender texture and refreshing, sharp, peppery flavor with green nuances. The roots can grow to 5 inches. Okay, so maybe not the mildest, but you know what? I'm going to try it anyway. I have red acre cabbage. Market More 76 cucumbers. I like this specific variety of cucumbers. The description says the finest quality heirloom organic Market More 76 cucumber seeds produce hefty dark green smooth fruits 8 to 9 inches long with a sweet and mild flavor, ideal for slicing, salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cucumber in soup, y'all. Anybody got a recipe? I have the Golden Globe turnip, and again, another root vegetable. So the only turnips that I have grown previously is these purple top, and then it's another one. I think it's called 7 top or 7 something. So I've grown those, but I've never grown Golden Globe turnips. And this says, let's see, the seeds are fast growers, producing gorgeous fine-grained roots with a crisp crunch and a smooth, sweet flavor. The tops are delicious too. Now, y'all know I like a multi-purpose vegetable. So if I can eat the roots and I can eat the leaves, the tops, that's good. I'm looking for different recipes for root vegetables. So if y'all have some, let me know. I have the green scallion onion, and y'all, this is a must-have and a must-grow every year, all year round. I eat onions almost every day. Some form of onion and some form of garlic almost every day, y'all. I like onion and garlic. I like toothpaste too, the charcoal kind. And then I have the golden ray tomato. This is from Seeds Now. It's 80 days to maturity, and this is it. Let me see if I can put this up. Hopefully it will focus. There's about 10 seeds in here, and I definitely want to try this. And I think this is Asia's handwriting. She wrote in it, so it is indeterminate, and it's 80 days to maturity. Thank you so much for adding that, Asia. I really appreciate that. Y'all, and then Brad's atomic grapes saved from her garden. Oh, so these are Asia's Brad's atomic grape seeds. Oh, y'all, yeah. Oh, I see some seeds up in there. Y'all know I gotta grow it. I got to grow it. I got to grow it. You know what? I think Asia been watching some of my videos. I think, you know what? Because you were able to, if you wanted specific seeds, she would give you those seeds if she had them. Or you could just say whatever you pick. And I just say whatever you pick. You know, I'm just so thankful and grateful to, you know, get seeds or whatever. I try not to be picky, y'all. And I'm glad that I wasn't, because these are some good varieties of herbs, of vegetables, and also of flowers. So I'm glad that I said pick what you want for me to have. One of the first flowers I have is Scarlet O'Hara Morning Glory. I have Morning Glory, but the ones that I have is blue flowers, and I like these purplish, pinkish purple flowers. So that's Scarlet O'Hara Morning Glory. Carpet of Snow Alyssum. Oh, these are the ones. So Heavenly Blue Morning Glory. These are the ones that I tried to grow before. And what I found out is that this is a climbing vining flower, and I need a lot more space than what I had. But I'm still going to put a few seeds in a container, and it's just going to have to vine around. Maybe I'll put a trellis in there or something like that. Good thing I have the little tag, y'all, because I'm not about to get up and go get that. I have the Mexican sunflower. And let me read the back of this packet, because I think this is a dwarf variety. Y'all, let me see, because every time I say what I think and then I read the packet, it's the exact opposite. So let's see. This says, known for its radiant, bright orange blossoms, this sunflower can withstand warm weather. Check. It is favored by hummingbirds. Check. Bumblebees. Uh-oh. And butterflies. Check. Especially monarchs. Oh. The individual single daisy-like flowers can get as wide as 3.5 inches and 5 to 7 feet in height. I need to sow these seeds, y'all, but where? Where am I gonna put them? What am I gonna put them in? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. So this says to sow the seeds in March, April, and in September. And my zone, so I'm in Southern California, zone 10B/11A. And I keep saying 10B/11A because we used to be 10B. Now we're 11A. But depending on what app you use or what website you go to, some of them still say 10B, some of them say 11A. So that's why I always say 10B/11A. It has gotten a lot warmer in my area, y'all. This winter that we're in right now, I don't know. Our coldest days of the whole year are about 2 weeks in January. And sometimes it can be as little as 7 to 10 days in January. And the lows will get to 50. And then the highs are like the low to mid 60s. It's been a little nippy in the morning, like the low 60s. And I'm pretty sure overnight is 50 something, like the mid 50s. But it hasn't gotten cold. And for me, that's always a concern, because even though it's mild year round and it doesn't get cold, we don't have any freezes at all. So no soft freeze, frost, we don't have none of that. But it still normally get cold enough to have some effect on these hibernating eggs and bugs. So it'll at least kill some of them. So the next spring and the summer, we won't have so many bugs. Yo, I think I'm gonna have a lot of bugs come spring and summer. And I want to try to get ahead of the game with that. So back to the seeds though. But the Mexican sunflower, now that I know that this can get 5 to 7 feet tall, I have to see where I'm gonna plant these. But it's attracting everything I want to attract, y'all. Except for them bumblebees. Y'all remember, like, that was last year? Last year, that was like 2024 and like part of 2025. I had one bumblebee. Y'all remember that? And then the last seed I have is the baby blue eyes Nemophilia. That's pretty. Let me see. How tall do these get? Let's see. Height 6 to 10 inches. Okay, this is more of what I'm kind of looking like. It says this hardy annual has earned its reputation by doing well in cool weather and by having the ability to survive light frost. The powder blue cup-shaped flower makes a beautiful border, a pot plant. And I was just thinking about that. If not in a container, maybe this can be part of the border of some of my raised beds. Y'all, we gonna see. I also wanted to share a few things that I got from Amazon. And y'all, I'm trying to set up an Amazon store, Amazon storefront, Amazon affiliate. I'm trying to work all of that out because I do purchase a lot of things from Amazon, or some things I purchase, they are available on Amazon. And sometimes it's just easier to buy from Amazon. And I want to share those things with you. So I'm trying to work that out. If anybody have any, like tips and tricks or whatever for that process of becoming an Amazon affiliate or building the Amazon storefront that you can share with your subscribers and your viewers, y'all, hit me up. Hit me up by email. Leave a comment, what I'm saying? Like, let me know. One of the things that I said I wanted to get better with this year is labeling my plants. I used to not label my plants at all. Then I would label my plants, but it would just say cucumber or tomato. Then I started putting tomato, large cherry, whatever. But I want to put more information on there. But y'all, trying to get the information to stay on the labels. I've tried graphite pencils, which are okay, but, the permanent markers, they last for so long, but after a while, they still fade. Other markers I've tried, y'all, they dripped off as I was writing. The little letters was dripping right here as I'm writing over here. So that didn't work. So I did some research and I found 2 other markers that I'm going to try. Let me show you. So the first one is this garden marker. And there's a lot of brands of garden markers. This is Artline garden marker, and it is 0.8 millimeters. The reason why I got this specific one is because it's a skinny tip, narrow tip. I don't need big jumbo size print. I need it to be small because I'm going to be writing more information. So I want to put the type of seed it is, tomato, whatever. I want to put the variety. I want to put the company or the brand or whatever where I got the seed from. I want to put the year of the seed, and then I want to put the date that I got it planted. Now, y'all, you know I need to write small to get all of that on the label. And I think some of the stuff I'm going to put on the front of the label, and then some I'm going to put on the back. But I really want to start specifically labeling the seeds that I sow, because 99% of what I have in my garden is sown from seed. I don't really buy starts and stuff, but if I go to a store, y'all, and I see a good sale, you know what I'm saying, like, who gonna pick up some starts and some seedlings? Me. So I got this from Amazon, and let's open up the box. This is what it looks like. So it's 12 markers. I forgot how much I paid for these, but if I remember, I'll put it on the screen. Protective plastic. If y'all watch my natural hair channels, y'all know I'm really a stickler for having the protective covering over the products. That way I know nobody digging their hands or squeezing out half the product before I get to it. So I like the fact that each marker comes individually wrapped, and hopefully you can see this is 0.8 millimeters, so a narrow pen. And all of these are black. And then it just shows you on here that you can use it. Let's see, is that focused? That you can use it for different things. Laundry marker, freezer bag marker, and garden marker. I'm definitely going to be using them in my garden. Now I have this plant label, and I'm just going to write something on here. Let's see how narrow or how small this is. I was hoping that this will focus, but this is about how narrow or small the tip writes, and this is good. I think I can get 3 to 4 rows of information on each side. I got the 12 pack because this is my first time using these markers, and I'm not sure how long the markers will last, if they dry out quick or whatever, but I'm hoping that these markers will last me a long time. And then y'all know I like a lot of color and stuff in my garden, and even for my labels. So I got these markers also. And the thing that I like about these markers is that it has a long tip. So sometimes when I'm writing on things, or if I'm trying to write through something or get down into something, but the marker is too short. So I bought these because they have a long tip. Because sometimes maybe I want to put additional information or change something, and I don't want to take the label out the ground. I just want to try to reach in, but the plants have started growing and stuff. You know, who knows, y'all? But I think this was a good idea. I have several different colors. Now, I'm trying to get up in here. Can I get in the bag? And these are called long nib markers. These were separate. So I have 3 white. And let me just show you when I say long nib, because it might not be explained it. But you see how long? You see how long like the nose is, and then the tip at the bottom. And you see how small that is. And the reason why I got white, sometimes I want to write on my planter pots, on my nursery pots, and those are black, or any kind of dark color pot, or even label. If I have a dark label, I need white for that. And then these are the other colors I got. So there's blue, red, and green, and black. And I believe the nozzle is, or the nose of it, I'm just calling it the nose. You see how long that is? And then the small tip. Now let me see. Ooh, these have a smell to them. The other ones, the Artline marker, I didn't notice a smell. to those, but these I do. I think this is written in Japanese, y'all, and I'm not up on my Japanese. I think it probably says it in the description, but this is probably 0.8 millimeters too. And let's see how this looks. See, I like that there's some space between the nose and the ink, because sometimes when I'm writing a lot, I'll end up with the marker on my fingers or on my hands, and I like that I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about smudging or smearing the ink because my hand is so close to the label. And then you see it's about the same size. So I think this is also 0.8, let me see. Yeah, 0.8 millimeters. And I definitely see, just writing by this, I think I could get 4 lines of stuff. But y'all, I don't want to write it so small that I can't see myself. And I believe it's 3 of each of these colors. So white, red, blue, green, and black. Now the thing that fell on the floor that I'm not going to pick up, thank goodness I have the little package or whatever here, is these garden stakes from VEGO. This is a 4-pack, and these are 4-foot garden stakes. If you recall, when I did my green stalks, I was trying to put the pocket trellises and bamboo sticks and stuff around it to prevent the cover from resting directly on the green stalk. I wanted the cover to fan out some so I could have some space for the plants to grow up and out without being smushed by the cover. I have 6-foot stakes, but they're too long because then the cover doesn't come all the way down. And y'all, if I could help it, I don't want not even a micrometer of space for a bug to crawl up under the cover and get into the plants and eat them up. But the 6-foot was too tall or long. I went to Home Depot and there were 2-foot, 3-foot, 4-foot, and 6-foot. I figured a 2-foot, 2 and 3-foot. I was like, I knew the 6-foot was too tall. I tried to estimate in my mind like the height. When I took the 6-foot stakes off and I just let the cover rest down on top of the trellises and stuff, it dragged the floor, y'all, like a too long wedding dress. Y'all, where that came from? Ugh. And I had problems with it because when I moved the green stalks, then the cover gets stuck under the wheels. And I don't want to rip the cover because the covers are pretty thick, but I don't want to rip the covers. So I said, let me see what kind of height. 6 feet is too long. Not having anything is too short. Blah, 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 this and that. So I decided on 4 feet. So what I'm going to do is, this is a 4-pack. So I'm going to put 2 on one green stalk and 2 on the other green stalk. Y'all, I have not checked them green stalks since I sowed the seeds and since I planted those garlic bulbs. I need to get out there. The last thing that I purchased from Amazon was a replacement for something that broke the last time I was doing a natural hair video. I had a scale. I had a weight scale, and I was using that to measure the grams of indigo and the grams of henna because I bought 1-pound bags, but I wanted to work with 50 grams and 100 grams. Well, I started weighing out the henna and everything went fine. I weighed out the henna and everything was fine. I sat the scale on top of my little shower cape, which is plastic. And it was sitting up there, y'all, for a long time. And then just out of nowhere, it slid right off the cape and onto the floor and it broke. And I need the scale, y'all, so I bought another one. This is Amazon Basics brand, and this is a digital postal tabletop scale with AC adapter. It measures up to 65 pounds in a capacity of 0.1 ounces. It does grams, kilograms, pounds, ounces, and something else. And it says that it's a digital postal tabletop scale, but you can measure whatever you want on it. And I like the fact that it does measure up to 65 pounds and in 0.1 gram increments or 1 gram increments. Y'all, let me look through this book and see if I can see. I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing. All right, it says the minimum weight of the item must be 0.2 ounces or 5 grams. And then this says it goes up to a max of 65 pounds. It uses an AC adapter or it uses 2 AA batteries, not included. The adapter is in here. Y'all, why is this so hard? All right. Here's the AC adapter, or you can power it with 2 AA batteries, which are not included. And then here is the scale. And the buttons it has is PCS, tear, on, off, and mode. And I think the mode is where I can switch between ounces and grams and kilograms. It says the maximum weight is 65 pounds or 30 kilograms. And then it measures in 0.1 ounce or 1 gram increments. And this is what it looks like here. And you can see this is the scale. I normally put something protective on the scale when I'm measuring items, and it can be like a piece of parchment paper or something like that. If I need the measurements to be exact, I'll use the tear button. But I just like to have something very light over the top of the scale, so I don't have food items or just whatever I'm measuring just to directly be on the scale. I just, especially if I'm gonna eat it, y'all, I don't want it touching the scale. I have 3 blueberry plants. I have a bountiful blue, a sharp blue, and a pink lemonade. The pink lemonade and the sharp blue are doing well. They're in pots. They all have the same soil, same everything, y'all, but the bountiful blue. This will be my 3rd bountiful blue that, y'all, I don't know. I have not cracked the case on how to make this plant happy. I've put acid-loving soil, acid-loving fertilizer. I did the water and vinegar, which seemed to be helping a little bit. I even put the Espoma soil acidifier in there, but I learned that Espoma soil acidifier is only 18% or 36% sulfur or something like that. It's not majority sulfur. It's some sulfur with other ingredients in it. And I'm thinking to myself, after doing my pH test, if the soil is still not acidic enough specifically for the bountiful blue, because like I said, the pink lemonade and the sharp blue, they're doing fine. But that bountiful blue, y'all, I don't know. So I said, let me buy some more sulfur, but let me check and make sure that I buy something that is mostly sulfur and not just a 1/3 sulfur and 2/3 something else. So I went on Amazon and I got this. This company, True Organic, this is a really good company. I like their products. It is made in America, family run since 2003. And this is prilled sulfur. So it's not powdered sulfur. It's the granules. But the first thing that I wanted to check is how much sulfur is actually in this product. This is a 5-pound bag. Like I said, I got it off of Amazon and I looked at it and look, y'all. If you can see this, 99.9% sulfur. Hopefully, I know that it's a glare, but it says True Organic Prilled Sulfur not only supplies sulfur to plants, it is used to lower soil pH, resulting in higher availability of micronutrients, making it beneficial for overall growth, flowering, and fruiting. Sulfur, 99.9% derived from elemental sulfur. And then it has some state-specific. In Mississippi, this product is classified as a low-analysis fertilizer. I'm not using this as a fertilizer. I'm using it to help lower the pH of the soil, which will hopefully help my bountiful blue. Now, this does say to apply 1 to 2 weeks before planting and feeding. My blueberries are already planted. So what I'm going to do is move away the mulch and the top 2 or 3 inches of soil. I'm going to sprinkle a layer of this sulfur around the edges of the pot because it is in a pot. Blueberry roots are very fine and hairy, and I don't want to damage those delicate roots. So it's going to be a thin-ish layer focused around the outer rim of the container. I might, while I'm there, go ahead and put some more fertilizer in there. I don't have any more of the berry tone, but I do have an acidic fertilizer. I can't remember what it is right off the bat, but I'm going to try that as well. I know that it's January, and normally that'll be the resting period or resting stage for the blueberries, but I think that's the sharp blue. The sharp blue right now is full of flowers. It's full of flowers, y'all. So I don't know, y'all. I need help specifically with the Bountiful Blue. If you know or have any tips on how to bring back to life a Bountiful Blue blueberry that's in a pot, y'all let me know. The last thing that I want to share is something that most gardeners are doing this time of year in January, where it's cold and either nothing is growing in the garden or things are just overwintering or growing at a pace where you really don't have to check on them all day, every day. Seed catalogs. So I order my seed catalogs. Most of these are free. I did pay for one. I told y'all about that before. That was the Baker Creek Whole Seed Catalog. I have the free version, but I went ahead for 2026 and I bought the paid version. When I did my Baker Creek seed haul and I said that I bought the whole seed catalog and it was $10 plus tax, that was the pre-order price. I think the regular price for the catalog is $15. So I did pre-order this, I think back in October or November. So I got the pre-order price. You can still order it now, but it'll be $15 or whatever the current price is. I haven't gone through all of these, but you best believe I will. Territorial Seed Company, and I don't think I've made a purchase from Territorial Seeds. Some of these companies I might have seeds from the company, but maybe not made my own purchase because I do seed swaps and trades and all that kind of stuff. So I get seeds from all around. I can't say right offhand. I don't think so. If I have seeds from them, it's seeds that I got from a swap or something like that. But Territorial Seeds is one. And y'all let me know y'all experience with these companies, because I know most of you have probably ordered from at least one of these companies. Y'all let me know y'all experience. Then, of course, I have Johnny's. Johnny's is very popular. I have not ordered from Johnny's yet because, like I say right here, free shipping on orders of $200. Y'all, I'm not going to say I've never ordered $200 worth of seeds, but I haven't ordered $200 worth of seeds from Johnny's. And they have real good varieties. They have a lot of hybrids. I'm not sure if everything is a hybrid, if they have any heirloom seeds. I thought I read somewhere where they were kind of adding or increasing the number of heirloom seeds, but I know they do a lot of hybrids. If you are a market gardener or you do large scale gardening, Johnny's is the place for you because they normally have larger seed size package. I'm going to check out this catalog and see if it's some stuff that I want. They also show you new varieties for 2026. And you better look in the catalog and on the website because Johnny seed packets don't come with no pictures. A lot of people buy from Johnny Seeds and they real happy. You just have to want a lot. I have the Park Seed catalog, and this is another company that I'm not sure if I've made a purchase from. And when I say a purchase, I'm talking about online purchase. I may have some seeds from Park, but I don't think I made my own purchase. There's a lot of flowers. A lot of flowers in this catalog. A lot of flowers. And then fruit and vegetables and herbs, but a lot of flowers. So if you're interested in flowers, Park Seed might be the company for you. And see, they have free shipping on orders of $49 or more with a code. Get your free catalog from Park Seed. Check it out, especially if you want flowers, but they do have fruits, vegetables, and herbs. If you order $49 or more of product by March 15th, then you'll get free shipping. Seed Savers Exchange. Now, I definitely have seeds from Seed Savers Exchange. I think I did make a purchase from them online, y'all. I'm almost sure I did. They have larger seed packs also of some items. Let's see. 2026 catalog of open pollinated, untreated, non-hybrid, non-GMO seeds. So if you want organic seeds, non-GMO, not hybrids, heirloom, then Seed Savers Exchange might be for you. There is free shipping for online retail seed packet orders over $25. And then, of course, I have the Baker Creek seed catalog. This is the free one. And beautiful pictures, y'all. I already went through here and started marking up stuff. I showed y'all my Baker Creek seed haul. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. So this is the free catalog right here. This thing heavy. And this is the whole seed catalog. So this is the catalog that cost me $10, but now I think it's $15. And it was $10 for me because I pre-ordered it. Now, Baker Creek has free shipping on all orders, and the website is rareseeds.com. Sometimes that can be confusing if you have the company name, but then the website is something different. There are just hundreds and hundreds of seeds of all kinds, flowers, vegetables, herb, fruit, everything. This catalog is something that I could look through all winter long. So this is a good time. Y'all, to me, anytime between October and February is the best time to buy seeds. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got from my YouTube giveaway from Asia. Thank you again so much. I cannot wait to sow some of these seeds. The stakes that I got from Home Depot, and then the items that I bought from Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.